And over the last week, anti-finance bill protests have taken a life of their own, with the protesters taking to different social media platforms to express their frustration with the current government. The protest evolving into a call for accountability in government. Both elected and appointed public servants have been put on notice over their conduct. Jimmy Mbogo now takes a look at some of the demands that have been issued to the government, some calling for President William Ruto's resignation.
When they took to the streets, their rallying call was crystal clear: to reject the finance bill of 2024. And after days of sustained pressure, President William Ruto was convinced to reconsider his stand on the finance bill that would have seen Kenyans dig deeper in their pockets to fund the government's operation.
I concede, and therefore I will not sign the 2024 finance bill, and it shall subsequently be withdrawn.
But the president's delayed response to the matter partly opened the door to inclusion of other issues to be raised by the citizenry, who came up with a list of demands that they want addressed by the government. Top of the list, posted online and designated non-negotiable, is the call for the executive to obey all court orders and scrap the illegal and illegitimate CAS position, as well as the removal of public funding of the office of the First Lady, Second Lady and Prime CS spouse, and instead direct those funds to the employment of teachers and doctors. Further, the list also calls for the scrapping of the housing levy, publishing of audited records on how the funds have been utilized, and refund for all contributors. The list also calls for the immediate firing of all government officials with criminal records and integrity issues, while being advised to constitute the IEBC within the next 30 days and employ GSS teachers and intern doctors. Although the president had announced austerity measures in his response,
I am directing for immediate further austerity measures to reduce expenditure, starting with the office of the president, the entire presidency, and extending to the entire executive arm of government.
More demands have been made for the reduction of members of parliament salaries and allowances, capping them at 200,000 shillings, insisting that MPs should not earn more than doctors, as well as restoration of the school feeding program. To curb wastage, the list advises that all government officials should use government vehicles, trains and aeroplanes, with the final demand being that the president resigns from office.
Sisi tunajitokeza ili kuweza kusaidia yule mtoto wetu, kizazi kijacho na kizazi wajukuu wetu na watoto wetu.
Things are happening that are really frustrating us, they're frustrating our family. We have been in school and nothing is happening in our lives. We have done very many degrees, we have done very many diplomas, nothing is happening to our lives, nothing is changing.
Si ati finance bill kosa kupita, ati sasa tumepona completely. Still zile za zamani they should work on it. Vitu zinafaa zishuke bei, at least vitu zirudi chini.
And as the government mobilizes security to ensure that the house on the hill is protected for Kenyans, their hope is that their demands will be addressed in the shortest time possible to restore calm and normalcy across the country. Jimmy Mbogo, Citizen TV, Nairobi.